Okay. So we'll do, what did you discover about yourself this year? Let's do that. What did you learn about yourself this year?
I think that resilience, I think, um, and kind of actually what that means or looks like to be lived out, um, the work that goes into it, and also, how it just naturally becomes how you live your life. Well, I guess a part of your character through constant choices and being mindful of your thoughts and even just redirecting your thoughts, catching them before you spiral. Like that's it's a lot of work and not very resilient.
Yeah.
And
And you have grown in that so much.
thank you.
Yeah.
And I think it's good to explain because I think a lot of people don't, they hear resilience and they think, I wish I was resilient. I want to be resilient. But, you know, it can just seem like it's just, oh yeah, you bounce back easily. And it's kind of like you were talking like how it looks messy. Well, it doesn't have to be easy. And I think that's what makes you resilient. And that's resilience at its core is that you do, yeah, pretty much what I've already said. There's just so much of yourself that you have to put into that in order to keep going. And I think giving credit and acknowledging the fact that you keep going is a choice and it's brave and it's hard, I think is really important. I think there's a lot that comes with resilience and a lot of it, we like things to look a certain way, to be clean or organized or to be linear or, like we want things to keep getting better. And it can be disappointing when you have like something happen and there's a lot of mindsets that can distract you and make you keep believing the fallacy that things are supposed to be a certain way or you're not doing it right or you're not living your life right because you're not doing it like these other people or it doesn't look a certain way. And I think it's less about how it looks and it's also sorting through. Sometimes it's less about how it feels. Sometimes it feels a certain way and, you know, using reason and resources and pushing through to be like, okay, I'm feeling this way. And, again, time, like sometimes you have to process things. I do think, unfortunately, like a lot of things, but maybe it's not unfortunate. Maybe I think that's actually, when you go through things, you do learn to be flexible. You learn to find strength in places you never thought you would. You learn you're capable of a lot of feeling things that you would never want to feel and didn't know you had the capacity to feel.
Mm.
Um,
That just hit me as being so profound to view that as a gift instead of a weakness or an inconvenience that,
yeah.
oh, actually, I have a greater capacity for this emotion, this experience in me that I never thought I could handle. Wow, I'm in it and it's painful and it's uncomfortable, but like how beautiful, how impressive is it that I have the capacity to experience this? That's a neat.
And and the ability, like, to hold that and not like combust or there, I've just, I've experienced capacities to where I didn't know I could hurt so badly. I didn't know I could feel things so deeply. Um, and the way you want to paint it to be is that, oh, things won't feel as bad as you get older, or, like when you feel pain, somehow it doesn't hurt as much when you feel more pain, when actually the terrifying reality and also the positive is that you actually, it builds on that you feel pain worse. You, if something cuts you deep, you're going to feel things deeper, and that itself is not enjoyable. Um, and I wouldn't say that I'm thankful to go to the depths that I've gone. I'm pretty sure most people haven't, but to look at it, to see the beauty, and to see that you can learn, and to be proud of yourself because you keep getting, you keep going to places you didn't think you could go, feeling things, and you're still here.
Right.
And the whole being able to talk about what you've learned about it, or there's just like, I'm not, well, yeah, there's just like a wisdom of being somewhere or having experienced something, and you have a certain, if you've ever listened to people, there's a certain piece about when they speak, uh, and kind of like a wonder or just a curiosity of, you know, people who have been through so much and they have these great things to say and you're just amazed. And I think that that's in all of us, and that's like kind of encompasses resilience and this whole.
Like, yes. Kind of like what I'm hearing from you as somebody who has endured so much pain, physical pain, uh, relational pain, emotional pain, been through so much. I feel really reassured while I'm listening to you. I feel this sense of reassurance that you're saying you can go through hard things and not just withstand it, but you can draw good from it. You can allow it to build your character. And you have learned that about yourself this year. Like you're more resilient than you thought you were. That one, you can experience that kind of pain and still exist. But that even when you do experience that kind of pain and it feels like that darkness that you were talking about before, like you can reach a point to somehow draw light out of that darkness, to somehow find something that feels like wisdom, that feels like a strength that you can offer to others. And that's really
And that,
reassuring.
yeah, and that's really what are changing my mindset. That's like part of the resilience of that's what I had to do to survive and to care for myself. And it reminds me of something my cousin says, and I'll say to myself, excuse me, often is I won't self-abandon. And um,
Ooh, that's
so
big.
there'll be, yeah, so there'll be times where uh, because of traumatic things that have happened, it hasn't even been in my control that I've actually not been part of myself and felt detached. And there's a lot of different reasons for different people for that to happen. And I notice, and it's a very common coping mechanism to just want to self-abandon when something is getting rough. And to make that choice and to say to yourself, like, I will not self-abandon is so loving.
Mm,
And I think that's uh, it's just
powerful.
it's just so it really changes how you view life. And I think how we view life and our perspective on things is it's very powerful. And I know people say that, but if but coming from someone um who knows a lot of pain, and I can really say that it's different than just thinking positive or being thankful for things. It takes like this real intention to feel what you're feeling and give yourself time and don't put a limit on it. And I think it's that continual processing, and even like this conversation we're having now, this is continuing to give me insight and surprise me of things I didn't really even know I knew how to say or manifest in a way of, but just
Putting words to
uh,
it. Yeah.
yeah.